Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna and today we'll be working on video number 5 of our Graphic 45 Fairy Dust mini album explosion box. And I was going to do this in the last video too, but that ran an hour just for the one page, so that's why I broke it up into two. So I got everything pre-cut, I think, and I'm using Peacock Feathers ink from Ranger. And for this, I used the template that we created early on when we were building our pages. So all I did was lined it up on the back side, drew my pencil lines, and then just shaved it off a little bit smaller. So I cut the width just a little bit smaller, and then once I did that, then I cut off my back part to allow for a nice edge all the way around. So again, I'm using my art glitter glue. We're going to go ahead and glue this on. I actually created two, one for the top of the flap and one for the bottom of the flap. Did the same process for both. Alright, so we're going to do the same for the top part. I know that's not very easy for you to see. When I built these pages, I built them before the display was in the center. So sometimes hindsight is 20/20, but because I didn't want to be working around the center being built, I thought, well, I'll do my pages first to make it easier. And so I guess 6 of one, half a dozen of another. One way or another, you're going to run into difficulties. So, but you can see that it's on there. So I did the same process just underneath. And I cut. Now my pocket was going to be 5.5 inches high, but because of this, and I want to be able to get a tag in and out of there, I cut this down to 4 5/8. So I got 3/4 of an inch off of this, so it still allowed for my pocket to be covered by my flap, but gave me a little bit more access room. Again, all because of this display in here. Okay, so this piece is cut 4 1/2 by 6 5/8. Okay. Yeah, I have to put my flip back in there. That's why I stopped a second. Make sure I don't lose. Other things have to be done there. So I wanted this sides to match. So there we go, just like that. Okay. This one should go a little faster. And then this is cut just a little bit there so I can go down in this pocket. And I think I only cut this at 2 1/2 inches, just enough to make it deep enough to go into that pocket. All right. There we go. This is just from one of my scraps that I had. I like using my scraps first if I can. There. All right, so I'm going to kind of put that right behind that. That would have been very good. I think I can get it right there for a second. All right, so now I'm going to find my hole again. This time I'm going to poke through. I'm not going to poke my finger, I hope. There we go. I already had my hole ready from earlier. I'm going to get in here and open up those prongs. And then I have another piece of just black cardstock that I'm going to bring in here. Keep it up at the top so it doesn't catch on anything, but it's going to conceal those brads so they don't catch on anything either. Whoops. Just something to make them. Actually, maybe I'll go up and down. Cover the length better. Then I know it'll work for sure. All right. Let's get this right in there like that. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. Now this comes down. Oh, there's a little flap. There's a magnet under there, so the flip wants to react to that. And I see because of my cutting that this is off just a little bit. So I'm just going to take my scissors and just kind of try to match that just a little better. It's no big deal. That's what happens when you have hand cutting. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. So we've got that. We've got our pocket lined. We got our brad covered. So that is good to go. Now this lifts up, if you remember. And what I've decided to do in here is to create, I took this page and I cut it down to, it should be, I think 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 6 7/8 by 6 7/8. And then I took my circle punch, which is a 2 1/8 inch punch, and I have it marked centered here, and this is where I marked this at one time before for my depth of just creating a little finger spot. So I just kind of slid it in there and lined up my page like this. Here, I'll show you on just a regular piece. Lined it up with those lines in my center. I made a mark on my thing on the center, and then I just punched down from this side to hold it. And then, because I decided to make this, instead of just gluing this on up here, I decided to make it a tag pocket because it'll release very easily there. So I've just added 2 1-inch strips that I've scored at a 1/2 inch. Doesn't matter what color they were because they're just going to they're not going to be visible. They're just going to be used to create a space there. And I'm going to add a bead of glue at the bottom there to close that pocket up. I just thought this was a nice way to add some extra real estate in here. Alright, here we go. And I know you can't see this. Oh, I've got a magnet there I'm going to have to cover up. Hang on. Let me get a piece of scrap paper here. Cover up that magnet. There we go. There we go. It would have been fine if we weren't using it as a pocket. But because it's a pocket, then we got to cover that up so things slide in there. There we go. All right, we're still good. Maybe add just a little bit more glue right there. Looks like that's, everything else looks good. So we're going to center this just like if it was a regular page. We're going to leave our 1/16 of an inch all the way around, just like a normal page, only it's a pocket. All right, I'm going to flip it this way so I can press on that. There we go. And let me pull this out so you can get a good view of that. Hang on a second. There you go. See, just like that. Just like that. I don't want to pull on it yet. It's drying. So we're just going to let it continue to dry. All right. So now for this page here, I got that stuff done. So I'm going to take this page, and this should be the same size. So this one is 6 3/4 by by 6 7/8 high. So 6 3/4 wide by 6 7/8 high. Remove that tape. And then these I did in white and then just smudged it. I'm going to glue that on there in the center, I believe, just like that. So let's go ahead and do that. I think that looks like about center. Let's see here. I'm going to shuffle it here just a little bit. Just kind of eyeball it. Now you can round your corners, do whatever you want. There we go. And we're gonna glue this down, and we will still have a 1/16 of an edge. You could glue it on the top too. I just like how that hides it. It doesn't create any more bulk or anything to do that. So there we go. Oops, pull our thing. There we go. Oops, that's just my ruler. All right, I'm going to pull this open. Give that a good squeegee down. That way you have room for journaling on there, and that should hold itself down. I also picked a little fairy to go on here. And I think we're just going to stick her right up there. I'm just going to glue the tips of her toes, and so if you did want to slide something underneath there, you would be able to. So I'm just going to glue here and on that side there just a little bit. So you still have room to slide something in there. I just wonder, kind of looking down. There we go. If you want to glue them all the way down, you can. I just thought it'd be nice to maybe be able to slide something underneath there later on. So, okay. So we're just going to let her dry. That's that page, and we're going to flip it this way, and we're going to do this page here. You can see I put my magnets on already. And we have a page that is 6 7/8 high by 6 3/4 wide. We're going to do the same thing. We've got another one here, another tag. We're going to glue that. I just thought that would be nice to have that extra room. There we go. Extra room to put stuff. There we go. Okay. You can hear my husband. I don't know if he's got pneumonia or what, but he came down with like this bad cold, like just within like a day. It was crazy. Kind of started with just the sniffles Friday night, and yesterday he was fine until Saturday. He was fine until the late afternoon, and then it just started hitting, and he was down all day yesterday, and he is a man that never misses work, and he took today off, so that tells me that he is pretty miserable. So that is what you hear. All right. And I do know for sure that I forgot to cut those panels, so we'll work on those in a minute. All right. So let's go ahead and get lined up here. see if I can get this up in the air. There we go. You'll be able to see that. There we go. All right, so these are going to be book mirrored images here. So here I decided to just use my scraps, and I cut up some of these here. Everything's inked and ready to go. These are 3 3/8 wide by 5 3/8 high. And we've got some other pieces that we're going to use in addition to this. And I went with just the blue on the reverse side because I'm using the stars next to it. All right. So here we go. I'm going to stay away from your score line there. I was so excited to do this one. I just thought how cute it would be to have a display. And I have seen some other displays in some other explosion boxes, like birthday cakes, and I mean not like real birthday cakes, but like birthday presents and stuff down in the center, and just where people have. And I got that bench, like I said, and I thought, oh, that'd be cute in a fairy garden, because I always wanted to do a fairy garden outside. And, oh, we forgot to put her on her page. Hang on here, let's go back to that. Here we go. She goes on this page here. Yeah, she goes here. So I'm going to put her flying there before I lose her, forget. We're just going to do her wingtips. So she's also allowing us to put something behind there if we want to. There we go. And again, she's just going to kind of be looking down. There. And like I said, some of my dies, I've got some Sizzix ones. I'll show them to you at the very end when I go through everything I use. But some I just got from like Wish, or found them in craft stores. And they're not branded, non-brand names, I guess. All right, got that side. So now we're going to do the back of this. And this piece here is 4 3/4 high by, oops, got the wrong end. I'm upside down. By 6 5/8 wide, okay? And that's going to tuck right down in there. And like I said earlier, I am fairly new to creating my own videos. I've been doing albums and crafting for years. I used to do scrapbooking albums, and then changed over to the mini albums, the scrapbooking albums, the 12 by 12s, and changed over to minis. And I've always crafted my whole life, so art was like one of my favorite things that I did. So, but it is totally different when you start doing videos, because you have to think of other things instead of just, I mean, you don't realize the different things that happen when you're videotaping. It's like you think you got everything covered and then something happens. So this piece here, this is a scrap. This is 1 7/8 high by 6 1/2, just a little over 6 1/2. And like I said, this is a scrap piece. And so then we'll be adding to it, because that's not tall enough to cover that whole distance. So you can, and you should, even if you follow my measurements, you should kind of measure your own. I don't, these are free tutorials. I'm not charging for anything. That's why there's no written instructions or anything. And there, so then this is just from this page with the strips, and this is Summer's Nights and Watching Gnomes and Pixies Dance. So, it's going to go over on this side. This is the only piece I think that's not exact on the other one. Got a different strip. I didn't want to cut up a whole nother page of the strips just to get that sane. No, I got this punch here, and I thought I'd take her and I'll leave the pocket open, but I'm going to glue her down on here. So the pocket will still be open. And I think I'm going to hold my finger here so I know where to stop the glue. So she's going to be completely glued down except for that. I'm just going to try to get some glue in here just to help hold her down so she's not catching on things. There we go. I'm just going to set her right there. Oops, slide her over a little bit. There we go. Now she's glued down, but you can still get in and out of that pocket very easily without damaging her. Okay? There we go. All right. So that is that. Okay. All right. Probably should add a little. I wonder if we should add a little flip right there to hold that down. We can still do that. Let's see here. I'll cover my glue a second. Make sure this is open. Oops. It's a very long ruler. Yeah, maybe we'll add a little flip there and we can cover. Yeah, let's do that. It won't hurt. Well, once this is closed, it's magnetized. So I guess, let's see here. So magnetic. So maybe I won't. There's magnets in there. Maybe we'll just wait. We can always do that later if we decide we need to. All right. Slide you over this way so we can get to this panel. There we go. Can you see that now? All right, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to glue this down here. Looks like you'll be in frame good enough to see it. It's the same. We're just flipping it. Okay. There we go. And we got this piece. Go. And I decided where that was damaged, where I had to pull up that one that we were working on the last time, at the very top there, where I had to pull that up and reposition it. There was a bad spot left in the paper, so I think what I'm going to do is cut out and make it look like a frame around it. I think that's my best option there, rather than just doing a piece at the top. We got to make up our tags yet and all that good stuff, so we got lots to do yet. I think the biggest things are done. So it's just now the decorating, and then decorating and the inside, and then decorating the outside. Well, knocking stuff all over, ain't I? Here we go. Okay, and then we got this one for this one here. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to glue down. And just like that, I think. Be good. So we're going to stay just like this. Can you see? It's kind of weird for me to hold too. There we go. Okay, just like that. And as you can see, she's still up there, and she's not going to interfere with anything either. There we go. Makes it nice. Okay, so let's decide what we're going to do on those other two flaps. Got this one and the other one. Everything else is covered. Everything else is covered. All right, and we got just that to do yet. Okay. So let's finish the center here, and then we'll move on to these flaps. So for this part, I've chosen this piece here, and I have cut that to 3 3/4 by 6 5/8. And that's going to go down to the center here. Okay, so let's get that tucked right in there. And we don't want to hit where our gusset is, so let's stay away from that. There we go. And then I chose this piece for here, and it is 3 3/8 by 6 5/8. That's for the pocket. Center that on the pocket there nicely. There we go. And then this I decided to make like a little tag, and this is 6 1/4 by 8 1/4 high, 6 1/4 wide, 6, and then I scored it at 4 1/4 to create this, and then that'll tuck right in there as a nice tag. And then I just chose this piece from the ephemera to cover the front. It's a nice decorative element. Then I'm going to leave the insides blank, so for pictures or whatever. Nice border along there, about 1/4 inch all the way around. There we go. And then that's going to slide right in there just like that. Perfect. There we go. Alright, so we got just these two, and then this will be done. And of course, we've got tags and stuff we have to make, and we'll do those at the very end. We need a one for here. So let's see what we got in scraps here. We're getting quite the little pile of scraps. So let's use some of those up. Let's do that. Oh, we got some purple here. This might be enough for both of those. Alrighty, I kind of like to leave them the same. I do that a lot. I didn't even realize I did it so much until I started doing videos, and I thought, you do that a lot. So, sorry about that. Let's just get I don't think there's enough here. Let's get a fresh piece and do like this. Let's get a fresh piece. It'll get used up when we do tags and stuff, so. Alright. We need a piece that is going to be, there's 3.5, so, alright. So we can go with one of these and we can get away with that. What do we want to go with that matches? Let's do the mushrooms. Because we got the mushrooms there. Got a mushroom there. Let's pull in the mushrooms. So we need 2 pieces that are, I'm going to cut our length here, 6 7/8 high. So let's cut our height. 6 7/8. Try to save as much paper as we can. 6 7/8, and then we need 2 pieces that are 3 3/8. 3 3/8. 2 of those. I think I'm going to get another. I have one of those carts from Michael's, the metal rolling carts that you can have your stuff on. And I think I'm going to get another one and get one of the wood tops that you can get to put on them. And then I can move my laptop to that and then have my cutter right next to me here, so I don't have to, it's not very far away, but I do have to walk away from the guys. But I think that would be nice to have my laptop situated on that. I would have more room if I could figure out a different camera thing too, but it is what it is for right now. All right. This video might be a little shorter today. Not sure. I didn't look at the time, but I know the last one ended up just a little over an hour. And I try to, even though I'm not always successful, I do try to not go too long with them. Oh, I like that. That looks nice. And then we'll do the same thing on this side here. Purple stars are pretty too, aren't they? Gives a nice area. Okay, so we have the 2. Oops, so we have a pocket with a removable tag. I've got room for a tag here and a tag here. But let's just go ahead and put a couple tags in there, just so we can. We're going to use them up anyway, so let's put a couple tags in here. And then they can be used for journaling or whatever you like. Put one of those ones there and those ones there. Let's just get another upright one for over here. There we go. Perfect. I think those look nice there. All right. Actually, let's go with this mushroom one here. There we go. All right. That will work for that. And I do have this yet. Under. I did put a tag in here and a tag in here. And I will use this someplace. It's kind of tall for there, but we will use this for sure. All right, I think that closes that way, and then this is the top one. One of these has a magnet in it. I think this way. There we go. Got the magnet. Magnetized. I need stronger magnets. We might have to add a tie to that one too. Hold until it stands. Oh, you know what it is? That's metal. So it's look at it's pulling that. That's metal, and the magnet's in there. So as soon as I get to a certain spot, oh, maybe. Am I good? Finally get it. Down. It would be nice if it stopped doing that. All right. Good. I think it's holding now. And if we have to, I think we can make a tie in there. But it seems to be holding now. I will show you this other side where I want to fix that thing we have there. Right here. Where that's all roughed up where I had to pull it off. I'm going to create a picture frame around there, I think, to cover that up. Rather than just a strip here, I want to make it look cohesive. So. Alright. We could add our lace around the outside today. We could do that. Tape that on there. Well, I think we'll wait. I think we'll get ready. When we're ready to decorate the outside, then we'll do that. But I think that's it for this session. And yeah, I think we did pretty good. I think it would have ran too long trying to do both of them because this one took longer than I thought. But there was a lot more flips and stuff in this one. And all right. So next time we'll work on this side here. And I think we're going to cut this and do this one together. So that's probably going to get extended out there. That's the one that has the this one opens this way, which I was thinking probably, but it has all the waterfall parts, and then each waterfall has a tag in it. So we will do that one together next time. And it was all right. Well, I hope you are enjoying this video series with our Grapic 45. And if you get a chance to, I don't know if it's still, I think Tamara on Country Craft Creations, I think she still has it in her store. And I don't know if it's available from Grapic 45 themselves or not yet, but I think it's still out there, still available. It's not that old of a paper line, so I think you can still get it. But I hope you like the videos that I'm doing in this series, and if you do like them, I hope you want to follow along and consider joining my channel. Just hit the subscribe button, and then if you do subscribe, please hit that bell so that you can be notified every time a new video gets posted. And this series will probably start right after my recipe album series, so probably released on Sundays. So, but yeah, so if you like, thumbs up is always appreciated. And until the next time we get together, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.